Freddy Krueger, before the razor glove, before the burned face, there was just a man, and he was the worst kind. Frederick Charles Krueger was born in 1942. His mother, a nun named Amanda Krueger, was accidentally locked inside a psychiatric asylum over a holiday. She was trapped with over 100 criminally insane inmates. What happened to her was horrific. When she was finally found, she was barely alive and pregnant. Freddy was known as the bastard son of 100 maniacs. He was placed with a foster father named Mr. Underwood, an abusive alcoholic. Freddy was beaten, bullied at school, and he began hurting animals, cutting himself with a razor. He killed Mr. Underwood with that same razor, his first human victim. As an adult, Freddy appeared to live a normal life. He married a woman named Loretta. They had a daughter named Catherine. But beneath the surface, he was the Springwood Slasher. He built a secret glove from fish knives welded to leather, and he lured children to a boiler room beneath the power plant where he worked. He killed at least 20 children. He was arrested, but he was released on a legal technicality. Someone forgot to sign the search warrant in the right place. When the parents of Springwood found out, they took justice into their own hands. They burned him alive inside that boiler room. But as the flames consumed him, 3 dream demons appeared, ancient beings who offered him power beyond death, the ability to enter the dreams of his victims and kill them there. Freddy said yes. In the dream world, he is nearly invincible. He can take any form. He feeds on fear. He toys with his victims before he ends them. His kills across the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise are some of the most creative in horror history. A boy turned into a human puppet, walked off a roof. A girl's head smashed through a television screen. A teenager fused with his own motorcycle. But Freddy's true power isn't the glove. It isn't the burns. It's the fact that everyone falls asleep eventually. You can lock your door. You can stay up for days, but you cannot stay awake forever. 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you. 3, 4, better lock your door. 5, 6, grab your crucifix. 7, 8, better stay up late. 9, 10, never sleep again. Jason Voorhees. The full story. He didn't choose this. He was made into something monstrous by the people who were supposed to keep him safe. Jason Voorhees was born on June 13, 1946. He was born with severe facial deformities, a condition called hydrocephalus, an abnormally large head, mental disabilities. He looked different, and the world never let him forget it. His mother, Pamela Voorhees, worked as a cook at Camp Crystal Lake in New Jersey. She kept Jason close, sheltered him from a world that mocked him. But in the summer of 1957, the other children at the camp turned on him. They bullied him, and then they threw him into the lake. The counselors on duty weren't watching. They had slipped away. They were not paying attention. Jason couldn't swim, and he sank. Pamela was told her son had drowned. She was devastated, and then she was furious. A year later, she came back. She hunted down 2 counselors she blamed for his death, and she killed them. Over the next 2 decades, she continued to sabotage every attempt to reopen the camp. Fires, poisoned water, anything to keep others away from the place that took her son. The locals called it Camp Blood. In 1979, a new group arrived to reopen the camp. Pamela killed most of them one by one, but what no one knew was that Jason had not drowned. He had survived. He had pulled himself out of the water, and with nowhere to go, no one to find him, he built a shelter in the woods, and he watched for years. When the last survivor killed his mother, Jason witnessed everything. From that moment on, he made a vow. No one would ever desecrate his home again, and he would keep that vow with a machete. Jason Voorhees has 163 confirmed kills across the Friday the 13th franchise, camp counselors, police officers, teenagers in New York City. He even made it to space. He has been shot, stabbed, drowned, electrocuted, and blown up. He keeps coming back. Starting in Part 6, after being accidentally struck by lightning during an exhumation, he became something truly supernatural, undead, virtually unstoppable, a force of nature in a hockey mask. But beneath all of that, he is still a bullied child, still hearing his mother's voice, still protecting the lake, Chit. Ha ha ha. Don't go to Crystal Lake. Michael Myers. There is no explanation, no trauma that makes it make sense, no wound that explains the emptiness behind those eyes. Michael Audrey Myers was born on October 19, 1957. He grew up in a quiet suburban home at 45 Lampkin Lane, Haddonfield, Illinois. A normal house, a normal street, a normal family. On Halloween night, 1963, 6-year-old Michael waited for his parents to leave. He went to the kitchen. He took a large knife. He put on his clown Halloween costume, and he walked upstairs. He stabbed his older sister Judith 17 times. When his parents returned, they found him standing outside, still in the costume, still holding the knife, with no expression on his face. He was sent to Smith's Grove Sanitarium, where he spent the next 15 years, in silence. His psychiatrist, Dr. Sam Loomis, studied him for years. What he saw disturbed him deeply. He said, "I spent 8 years trying to reach him, and then another 7 trying to keep him locked up, because I realized that what was living behind that boy's eyes was purely and simply evil." On October 30th, 1978, Michael Myers broke out. He didn't take a weapon. He stole a Halloween mask from a hardware store, a plain white face, expressionless, the face of nothing. He returned to Haddonfield. He came home. He began stalking a teenage babysitter named Laurie Strode. He killed her friends one by one, methodically, quietly, without reason. Dr. Loomis shot him 6 times. He fell from a balcony. When Loomis looked over the railing, the body was gone. He kept coming back. Every Halloween. Shot, stabbed, burned, blown up. He survived it all. Across all Halloween films combined, Michael Myers has killed over 160 people. After Halloween Kills in 2021, he surpassed Jason Voorhees. He became the single most prolific killer in Western slasher film history. No motive, no explanation, just the shape, moving through the dark. Halloween night, every year, the boogeyman comes home. Pennywise. Before Freddy, before Jason, before Michael, there was something older, something that came from beyond the universe itself. It has no real name. The people of Derry, Maine called it Pennywise. The Losers Club called it IT. The ancient Shokopiwa tribe called it the Galoo. It arrived on Earth inside a meteor, millions of years ago. Long before humans existed, it slept in the ground and waited. When humans arrived, it woke up. It is a shapeshifter, an ancient trans-dimensional entity. It takes the form of whatever its victim fears most. It does this because fear seasons the meat. Frightened prey tastes better. Its favorite form? A clown, a dancing, grinning clown named Pennywise. Because children are drawn to clowns, and IT preferred children. Their fears were simpler, easier to exploit. It established itself beneath the town of Derry, in tunnels under the sewer system. For nearly 300 years, it would emerge, feed, and return to slumber every 27 years. During its active periods, Derry experienced disasters, mass disappearances, explosions, fires, violence that the town couldn't explain, or refused to. It had psychic control over the town. It made people look away, ignore the missing children, dismiss the horror happening around them. In 1906, the Kitchener Ironworks exploded. 108 people killed, 88 of them children. Pennywise was there. In 1930, the Black Spot nightclub burned to the ground. Dozens killed. Pennywise was there. Fans who calculated Pennywise's death toll across all 27-year cycles, across 270 years of feeding in Derry, estimate between 12,000 and 18,000 people. No other horror villain comes close. In 1957, Pennywise took the arm and the life of a young boy named Georgie Denbrough, dragging him into a storm drain. Georgie's brother Bill would never forget. Bill formed the Losers Club, a group of misfit kids who faced their fears and actually hurt it. They drove it into hibernation, but IT came back. It always comes back, every 27 years. Its true form is called the Deadlights, an incomprehensible cosmic energy. One look at its true form drives humans insane. It cannot be killed by conventional weapons. The only thing that truly weakens it is the belief of its victims, When you stop being afraid, it loses its power. But try telling that to a child, alone in the dark, when the clown starts to smile. We all float down here. And when you're down here with us, you'll float too. Xenomorph. There is no grudge, no pain driving it, no childhood trauma, no supernatural curse. The Xenomorph kills because that is what it was made to do, perfectly, efficiently, without hesitation. The Xenomorph, scientifically classified as Internecivus raptus, is not one creature. It is a species, a hive, engineered for one purpose: survival through the destruction of everything else. Its life cycle begins with an ovomorph, an egg, waiting, sometimes for decades, sensing heat, sensing movement, sensing a host. When a host comes close, the egg opens. A facehugger erupts. It latches onto the victim's face. It holds on with a grip that cannot be removed. It implants an embryo, and then it dies. The host wakes up, feeling fine, feeling normal, for a while. And then the chestburster tears its way out. Every time, no exceptions. The creature grows rapidly, shedding its skin, replacing its cells with polarized silicon. It adapts to its host's biology, adopting physical traits from whatever creature it gestated inside. Within hours, it is a fully grown xenomorph warrior, over 6 feet tall, armored, carrying acid for blood, possessing an inner jaw that can punch through bone and metal, and moving with near-silent precision. They do not hunt for sport. They do not hunt for cruelty. They capture hosts for their queen to use. They protect the hive. They eliminate threats. That is all. The first recorded human encounter occurred on the Nostromo in 2122. 1 xenomorph, 7 crew members, 1 survivor. The next encounter was on LV-426, a terraforming colony of over 150 civilians. By the time a rescue team arrived, they were all gone, used as hosts, before the story even began. Across the Alien franchise, xenomorph outbreaks have destroyed crews, colonies, and stations. Their acid blood makes them almost impossible to fight in enclosed spaces. Kill one, and its blood burns through the floor, through the deck, through whatever is beneath. They have no fear. They do not retreat unless ordered to by the hive. They will sacrifice themselves without hesitation. The Weyland-Yutani Corporation understood what they were, and still they wanted to weaponize them. They called it a perfect organism, its structural perfection matched only by its hostility. Every other horror villain operates within some kind of limit. Freddy needs you to be asleep. Jason stays near Crystal Lake. Michael follows Halloween. The xenomorph has no limits. It will find a host. It will make more of itself. It will spread. The only rule it follows is survival, and it has been surviving for millions of years.